parents who are listening, and educators, we need to begin to talk about jobs just like we do with our neurotypical kids when they're 5 and 6 and 7 years old. What do you want to do? Oh, I want to be a doctor. I want to be an attorney. I want to be a horsewoman. I want to be an Olympian. Yeah. Okay, then we need to honor that. What we've been doing in the past, and rightly so, is because parents don't want to be, as I say, don't want to be made liars. Parents have been, when the child says, I want to be a doctor. I have a lot of kids that in an elementary school setting who are in a special day class, an autism class, will say they want to be doctors and attorneys. Okay, good. Yay. All right, so maybe they're not going to get that credential, but they can work in a medical field. They can work in a law office. There are jobs that are not just the doctor,
right,
the attorney, that our kids can do. Yeah. And that's where we need to embrace them.
Well, and I think also, too, if we're completely honest here, I think what, in a moment, we're going to talk about, we went to a play and this weekend that we both loved, and there was a thing, I don't want to give anything away, but there was a moment in which I got very, very emotional. Yes. Because it talks about this. When, as a parent, our kid, who maybe people are telling us is moderate to severe, and in our kids, we say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they say doctor. And then you got all these people who are saying, well, they're probably not going to be able to do that. It creates this schism, right? Because the parents feels like, well, I want to be able to feed that. But we get a little paralyzed because we go, well, realistically, all the experts are telling me they're not going to be able to do that, but the kid says they want to be a doctor. And so often, at least twice a week, we get a parent who writes in and says, what do I do with my teenager who has these, big plans? They want to be, the owner of the mall.
Right.
Right? Like they don't want to just have a store,
right,
or, own a store.
Right.
They want to own the entire mall.
They want to run the mall.
They want to run the mall, but they're unwilling to work in the clothing store, putting tags on to work up. And I think it's important that we all realize that even if there were a completely neurotypical child who said, I want to be a doctor,
that's right,
we would say, all right, then you're going to have to do X, Y, and Z to get to that. And along the way, that neurotypical child might realize, okay, I really am not going to do all the things to do a doctor, but along the way they go, but maybe I'll be the person who, pushes the pill cart and signs out the meds, or maybe I'll be, a phlebotomist and I'll take the blood out. Right? They figure out their place, and we don't say to them no, and we don't sit around and wait. We start them, if the neurotypical kid says, I want to be a doctor, we go out and buy them a doctor case.
Yeah.
The Fisher-Price one.
Yeah.
But, we start them on the path of behaving
because
in a
it's
way.
Relatively a new idea. That's what it is, Shannon. It's relatively a new idea that our kids can take on professional roles.
Yeah.
And so parents don't know how to work with it. I want to say, encourage. Look, I wanted to be a vet. I'm not a vet.
Right.
I'm not a vet.
You love animals.
I love animals. I have 6 of them. 6 animals.
There was a moment there.
Oh my gosh.
The realization.
Oh my gosh, I feed 6 animals,
Yes.
But look, we are rarely the person we wanted to be in first grade.
Right.
Or second, or even in high school. So the reality of employment is it's going to change. It is a process. You don't start at the top. And I don't encourage any parent to say, you want to be a doctor? Okay, you're going to be a doctor.
Right.
But I think what we can do is, again, say, you might be a doctor, but that's a process.
Yes.
You don't get to be a doctor. It takes 16 years to be a doctor.
Right.
It's a long process. So a professional role is a long process.
Yeah.
So how do you encourage your neurotypical child in a professional role? Do the very same thing.
Exactly.
And our kids are going to have to succeed and fail.
Yes.
Just like all of our other kids.
Yes. But we've got to start the process sooner. And this helps us get on the way. So love that. Again, teaching pre-employment skills to 14 to 17-year-olds. It's available right now. You can get it on Amazon, but with all books, the preference is to get it directly from the person.
Yes, and I'll sign it.
There you go. So what's the website that they want to go to be able to find it?
autismworksnow.org or autismmovementtherapy.org.
Okay.
Both of the sites you can order.
And order it there, and then Joanne will sign it for you. You have to make sure you sign mine before you leave today.
I know.